First of all, before just starting this small presentation, I just want to give you the background on how IDB is engaging with member countries on the path of food sovereignty, dealing with rice production. This regional rice value chain program is an IDB country regional program that was announced by His Excellency the IDB President in Tunis during this annual meeting. And the main objective of this program is to contribute to reducing, high importation rate of rice and enhance economic growth through improved production. The program itself includes three main components. We have the first component, raising rice production and productivity, strengthening the links to markets, policy and institutional support. An investment opportunity in the rice value chain can be classified into two dimensions. If we look at the production side, we will have the production-related opportunities, including processing-related opportunities, policy tools, and then we will come up with one question: what are the key policy in terms of laws, regulation, and standard that will ensure delivery of rice of certain quality? What are the role of the public, private sector to be put them into sufficiently role of public investment? What is the nature of the public investment that facilitate private investment? Does it change with the context? And now, let me just move to the next slide. If you look at this slide, the IDB Regional Rice Value Chain Program could be a powerful pathway toward alleviating poverty. With this specificity, innovation, vital initiative for beneficiary member country, strategic flagship because engaging a lot of technical partners, including Manobi, UNDP, Africa Rice, AGRA, Swiss Development Corporation, IFDC, etc. And it's a very, very significant investment as well. And it will have a very powerful mobilization dynamic and engine. Now, if you look at the rice production in Africa, I think I don't need to spend more time here because even Ted highlighted at the beginning, I will just pass and just ask two questions. If you look at in the trader perspective, one question we can ask is, what drives most of the major traders to deal with only imported rice? What are the drivers to make them consider handling the domestic rice produced? It means that we have a kind of paradigm between imported rice and local produced rice, quality versus quantity. And now, if you look at this regional initiative for the bank, Islamic Development Bank, we can easily say that this regional investment plan for accelerating rice self-sufficiency in IDB member countries will use a very innovative approach, the value chain. Because we are dealing with value chain since a long time, but this time being, we need a very well coordination mechanism because we have a lack of well-coordinated regional effort to deliver rice production technology, in the similar agroecological zone, and help address related issues of extension, policy market, research development, and regulation hindering the widespread use of technologies. Now, if ISDB and its identified partners therefore seeks to refocus the effort of the CGR and its network with National Research Institute to build sustainable rice production program and investment program. Now, the value chain approach used by the bank will emphasize on how we're going to accelerate and sustain self-sufficiency in the rice for the 10 countries, how we're going to contribute to food sovereignty in the 10 countries, how we're going to identify segment of the regional rice value chain for investment, and how we're going to identify additional investment along the rice value chain. And then We will enhance involvement of private sector, job creation, and regional market share in a global rice trade. Now, if we say that the value chain approach need to be efficiently leveraged to unlock the massive production potential in sub-Saharan Africa, we need to be in line with all these aspects, among them the use of value chain approach, push-pull approach, systemic constraint, better of farm, and then facilitation, build flexibility and credible evaluation to ensure evidence-based learning. So if you look at this scheme, I don't want to explain too much because it's already done by TED at the early beginning, but we have a very complex system, integrated different approach using several activities, among them, primary activities and additional activities, supporting activities, etc., etc. What to do in this case? And then if we remember by benchmarking how the Asian countries managed to deliver large amount of rice in uniform quality in terms of varieties, processing performance, and so on, to be the major domestic, just to the domestic cities as well for export. Now, in terms of regional synergies, what are practical and implementable means of leveraging, regional synergy in the rice value chain? How to get there? If we say that we're going to use key technical partner, it means that the bank is moving into connectivity, responsiveness, and partnership. It means that we need to put in place a policy. We need to identify institutional and public-private investment drivers of successful rice value chain development in Asian countries. We need to do a benchmark. And so we need to explore opportunities for leverage in Africa, maybe and focus on intervention toward rice sovereignty. One of the key for IDB is the orchestration of the value chain. I don't need to move thoroughly on this because already explained by Dr. Sibiri. We are using now for our program Accelerant with Manobi. Manobi will support ISDB to implement a sustainable structuration of local value chain and for the creation of social and economic value for all stakeholders involved in the program. And then we'll just face with dealing with digital agriculture. Physical and digital agriculture will support the full-scale utilization of digital technology just to empower farmers by providing security, first of all. Security in terms of quality, security in terms of quantity, and security in terms of income generating activities. And then to accelerate the local production by connecting all small or large scale producer and other value chain stakeholder to investor, financial institution to achieve food sovereignty. Now, our mandate as the multilateral development bank is just to support member countries. But we need to find our way in a very, very transformative way, very efficient way and innovative way. How are we going to get there? What are the best governance and management models of agribusiness partnership we're going to use to achieve our mandate? What are the critical legal and regulatory measures that should be put in place by governments of member countries to enhance foreign direct investment partnership? Now, how could smart and complementary investment help restructure the value chain? This includes both infrastructure and soft, meaning ICT technology and platform. What are the appropriate tools that can be deployed to de-risk value chain investment? This should be taken into account the additional challenges associated with the COVID pandemic nowadays, including potential directional policy trends, ensuring supply chains are open and not disrupted. Thank you very much, and over to you.